Gonna make some pasta. For posterity, it's the coldest night of the year so far here in Houston. It's like 36 right now, but it's gonna get down into the 20s Fahrenheit tonight. So negative numbers in Celsius. Feels like a good night to make pasta. So we're gonna make pasta for 2 people. So the rule is 1 egg per person and 1 cup per person. So I always use King Arthur flour. I've had it on. It's the only one I've ever used, so I think it works great. I haven't had any problem. Not an ad. I didn't get paid for that. They can give me flour. I'll take it. But anyway. So it's just pretty straightforward. There's 3 ingredients, right? Flour, egg, and salt. Was it a cup per person or half a cup per person? Because this seems like a lot. 2 cups of pasta, 2 cups of flour, an egg per person, and about two teaspoons of salt, maybe a little bit more. Don't go crazy with it though. Gotta beat up the egg a little bit, then start dragging in your flour. Of course, I'm already covered in flour. It is not coming together at all. You know what? Let's take a time out here. Looked at my old videos, and then I looked at, reviewed a couple of recipes, and I did it exactly the same way. I think it's just, maybe it needed a moment to rest, because it feels a little bit better. You gotta work it some more. Because the idea here is to stretch it out after I let it rest. But if it acts like this, it's just gonna fall apart. So let me work it for a minute. I think we're feeling good now. I think I added a little. It's one of those things where you start getting into a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and you just get into trouble that way. So I added just a little bit more water because I did put more flour in it, and that just started to make it dry again. So it's got to be dough. It's got to be a cohesive thing, and it can't be breaking apart. So it's got to be relatively smooth. It can't be too scratchy. I'm fighting for my life over here. It feels like, oh man, I'm trying to, because this is going to be dinner, and I don't, it's not like I have another one on a bowl somewhere ready to go. So I can go, oh, well, this is your next step. No, it's this. I would have to just start over, which would suck, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. It would just be more time. This is dough now. This is straight dough. Okay. Everything must be wrapped in plastic, including us at some point. So, wrap this sucker in plastic. As tight as you can get. You're not going to be airtight, and that's fine. That's not the point. The point is just to keep the skin off of it. And now we're going to let it rest for a half hour. So, fight for my life over that. I think the egg was kind of small. Maybe I should have did 3 eggs for that amount of flour, even though you only need 1 per person. It's 1 cup of flour per person, 1 egg per person, but maybe these are a bit small. So if it seems a bit small, maybe do a 3rd egg. You'll just have more pasta. I mean, there's worse things in the world. This is a loud part, so I'm just going to do a voiceover. So here, I took it out of the plastic. I let it sit for a lot longer because my wife ended up just making the sauce and get everything she needed to get done. So it did sit there for almost 90 minutes. I was a little concerned, but I figured it's not going to mess up too much, and actually I think it helped out a lot. So the first thing I do is take it out of the plastic. I start getting it flat and figuring out how long I want the piece to be. So I just eyeball it. And in this case, I rip it. You could just see how when you rip it, it doesn't work right. So I would just take a knife and lightly score it and then pull it. And this is the part that's the easiest. I have the machine. If you have one of those like hand machines or you wind it, I think that will work as well. I've never used one, but I've only ever used this KitchenAid. This KitchenAid is the best thing. So if you can afford to get something like this, it's going to just make this work go so easy. Look how fast it's going. See, it's kind of crooked because I ripped it because I messed up. So I don't know if you could do that, but I do it. So I'm just redoing it so that way it's more of a cohesive, more straight piece. So it'll go a lot quicker. So this machine has little button or numbers on the side, and I start on 2 and I run it through, and you'll see me switch. So it starts on 2, I run it through, and then I switch it to 3 and repeat all the way. It goes up to 8. I usually just go up to 7, and that should be enough. This is it's a really straightforward process once you get past the dough. The dough was for some reason just like I said, I think I ended up just adding about 2 tablespoons of water. I don't think I mentioned that, just to get the dough moist. But otherwise, once you get to this point with the machine, it's a dream. And actually letting it sit for that long, for about 90 minutes, the dough handled so well. It felt like I couldn't, um, felt like it was just like a piece of paper at this point, in a good way. So it was very strong, very easy to work with. I mean, no problems at all once I got to this point. So you just go through every single time. It's going to get a little bit longer and a little bit thinner. You guide it through to make sure it doesn't fold on itself, because it will once it gets thinner. But that's not that big a deal. You just don't. Once you get to this point, you don't want to have any folds or anything like that, because then it'll just be a thick part. And you want it to be uniform so it'll cook quickly and evenly. So it's just one move after another, and then this, because you're just, the machine's doing all the work, which is the best part. You're just waiting. So you just guide through, make sure it doesn't fold on itself, make sure it doesn't rip. But like I said, this dough felt like so strong and so good that I wasn't really too worried about it ripping, but I was worried about it folding. So every time, just take it, add, change the number so that way the two rolls are closer together, and it makes the dough that much thinner. And you just keep doing it over and over and over again, 6 times total, I believe. And the machine makes such quick work of it. I can't emphasize how great the machine is. There's no I assume, I've never used it. I know what I've seen, that hand crank ones that are ostensibly the same thing. Um, they do basically the same job. So now that was the stretching out part, and now this is the part that actually cuts the dough into the pasta that we're making. So I'm looking at this and I see how long it is. So I'm just taking my knife and gently cutting it, just using the knife, the pan, to give me a straight edge. And now turn the machine back on. I think I just keep it at 1 or maybe 2. And look at this magic come through. It does all the work for you. This is the type of cooking that I like, when you have a machine. Oh, and one thing, if you don't engage it properly, it won't work. So you'll see that, whoops, I have it upside down, and we turn it off. I have it upside down and backwards. So it has to, it's keyed, so you can't miss it, but apparently I did. So it's back, it's working, and then you hear the little teeth moving. So now we can watch the magic as it goes through. Boom. That's it. It's cutting it up. It's doing a uniform pasta. You can make your pasta as long or as short as you want. I usually try to, like, this length, which is what, about 24, 30 inches, somewhere in that range. And it works out great. So you just gently hold on to it, guide it through, make sure it goes through evenly and it doesn't rip. And there you go. I just take it, I have it on a pan with parchment paper, and I just do a little twist on it so that way it'll hold together. It could sit there for a while. As I'm doing this, there's water boiling in the background. So I'm boiling my water, I'm getting my pasta ready, and this, like I said, how long has this been? 8. Oh yeah, about 5 minutes. Does not take that long. The machine does all the work. You just have to make sure that everything gets fed through properly. So super fun, super easy, and making your own pasta is just the way to go. Once you have this, then every other pasta doesn't taste as good.